Hello guys, you're welcome once more to NEPH. I'm your tutor Mr. Opoki, and if you're new to this channel, you're highly welcome. Do well to subscribe to this channel and share the link of the channel to some students out there. Alright, so we have a problem on the board on the mathematics, and I think this is on function because I'm seeing f of x. Okay, so we have if f of x is 1 over what, or the inverse of 2 minus x, and x is not equal to 2, we should find the inverse function at the point minus what? Half. Okay? Why as equation say x is not equal to 2? Now this function, okay, if we have 1 over 2 minus x, let's see what this means. This means if we make x equals to 2, okay, we will say x is equals to 2, and we input it in this function. So f of at point 2 is going to be what? We have 2, we are simply going to substitute. X has 2 here, so it's going to be 2 minus 2, which is 1 over what? 0. And this is what? Infinity, or if you push your calculator, it says what? Error. So that is why the equation has simply, told us that x is not equal to what? 2. So now let's see how we are going to apply, the inverse method of solving for, a function like this and see what that gives us. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to replace this with what? Y. Okay? So if we replace this with y, we are going to have y is equals to what? 1 over what? 2 minus x. Now from this, okay, you have to make, okay, x what? Subject. Okay? Now the first step is replace this with y. The next step is make, okay, x subject. Now let's make x subject to see what that gives us. Now to make x subject, first of all, this can be written as over 1. So I'm going to cross multiply. So if I cross multiply, we are going to have our y will multiply what? 2 minus x, which is equals 1 will multiply what? 1. Okay, so let's open this bracket. Y will multiply this and this, so y times this is going to give us 2y minus y times minus x is minus xy, which is equals to 1 times 1 is 1. Now from this point, what can we do to make, x the subject? We can try to say we have 2y, okay, minus xy. I can add this here, to be able to bring this to this side. So I'm going to say 1. Since I had a plus xy here, I'm also going to add it here. Okay? So minus xy plus xy is 0. So we have 2y plus 1, 0, which is equals to what? 1 plus xy. So 2y plus 0 is still 2y, which is equals to 1 plus what? Our xy. All right? Now, from that point, remember we want to make our x subject. So I'm still going to remove 1 from both sides by saying 2y minus 1 is equals, okay, 1 minus 1 plus our xy. All right. So with this, I've been able to subtract this 1 from both sides to remove this 1. So at this side, we have what? 2y minus 1, which is equals to 0 plus xy. Now 0 plus xy is the xy, which is equals to what? We have 2y minus 1. Now from this point, what can we do to be able to make our x subject? I can simply divide this by y and divide it by y. So this will cancel out this. We are left with x, which is equals to 2y minus 1 divided by what? Y. Now at this point, okay, you have been able to, okay, get the inverse function. Okay, all we need to do is we are going to do some replacement. To do here is we are going to replace our what? X. Okay, now I'm going to replace my x, okay, with what? This. Okay, I'm going to replace x with this. Then for y, Okay, you simply just need to what replace it with what x. Okay, so whenever you solve to this point where you have made your x subject, all you need to do is you just have to replace this with this, and all the values of y, okay, on the right hand side, you have to replace them with what x. Okay, so once you do that, you will be able to what develop the given function to an inverse function. So now that we have the inverse function, we can now solve further. So remember the question gave us, we have to find the inverse at the points 1 over what? 1 over 2, that's negative or minus 1 over 2. So all we need to do is, we are going to put x as minus half here. So we are going to have 2 times x, which is now minus what? Half. So we have minus 1 divided by what? X again, which is what? Minus half. Okay. Now for this, we can write this as over 1. This can cancel. This is 1, 1. So we have 1 times what? Minus 1. So that will give us minus 1. And we have minus 1 here divided by what? We have minus half. Now, minus 1 is going to give us minus 2 divided by what? Minus half. Okay. So from this point, we can now solve further. So that will give us what? We have our minus 2 divided by what? We have minus what? Half. Okay. Now, how do we solve minus 2 divided by minus half? We are going to apply, okay, the principle of what? Division when solving fractions. So I can decide to say this is what? Over 1. So I have minus 2 over 1. I'll keep that. This will change to multiplication. And we're going to rotate this. So I'm going to have minus what? 2 over what? 1. Okay. Now this is going to give us what? We have minus 2 times minus 2. So we have minus 2 times minus 2 divided by what? 1 times 1. Okay. So that will give us what? So minus times minus is what? Plus, and 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, 1 times 1 is 1. And we have plus 4 over 1, which we can write as 4 over 1. And 4 over 1 we can also write as 4. So 4 is the simple solution to this problem on inverse of a function. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a comment or two. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and share. Remember, sharing is caring. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.